What are the pros and cons of self-publishing? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. Now, saying that these are pros and cons is going to be a little bit subjective, but here are the things that most people agree are positives about self-publishing versus the things that are more difficult than in traditional publishing. The big pro of self-publishing is that you are fully and completely 100% in control of everything. You are able to push out 10 books per year. You're going to be allowed to do that. You want to be in full control of the title and the cover designs and the order that these things are released in and the speed at which you release them and all of those, you get to be fully and completely in control. You don't want anybody looking over your shoulder about creative decisions or having input about the way that you name your characters or the way that you develop subplots. You do not have to have anybody looking over your shoulder. You are 100% absolutely and completely in control of the entire process, start to finish. You are the boss. And some people see that as a con, that you are the one who has to make all of the decisions. Is it a good idea to release this in time for the holiday season, or would this sell better as a summer beach read? You have to make that decision. Is your title working? Does it sound kind of dumb? Is your cover really good? Or does it look like you're hopping on a trend too late? Are you going to be accused of like lying to readers based on the marketing trend that you have used on your cover? You're the one who's responsible for making all of those decisions and then standing by every single one of those decisions. You get to keep a much larger chunk of the royalties as a self-publisher. You do not keep 100% of it unless you somehow manage to distribute this and print this and sell it only from your own website. But if you are uploaded into Ingram or to Amazon, they keep a chunk of that money of the sale price just for the privilege of hosting your ebook on their server and on their website. But you do keep a much larger chunk of the royalties than you would in traditional publishing. This does not always equate to more money in your pocket because so many self-publishers price their book lower in order to entice a larger number of readers into buying it. And so it ends up sort of coming out in the wash. I've seen a lot of people do the numbers on this. I can show you some examples and like run numbers on these things. It sort of ends up being about the same. But some people feel much better about the like bigger chunk of the royalties, that they feel like they're not helping to support big corporations by handing over a big chunk of their royalties to somebody else. You also are not paying a literary agent. You are not paying anybody else's fixed costs. You get to shop around and determine how much you are paying for all of the services involved in bringing this book to market. One of the downsides is that you are a self publisher. You become the publisher. You are the one who has to do all of the design and all of the formatting, or you have to pay somebody to do that, which means you then have to vet somebody to do those things. And it all rests on your shoulder. A lot of self-publishers who say they want to transfer over to traditional publishing, they will cite the same thing where they're like, I'm not getting to write. I am spending all of my time being a publisher, being a business owner, and I wish I got to spend more time writing. Now, even in traditional publishing, you have to spend time doing things that are not writing. This is a business either way that you go. But in self-publishing, you're going to spend a lot more of your time doing a lot more of the things that are not writing. Another downside of this, and it's sort of tied to being your own publisher, is that you are financially on the hook for everything. You have to invest in editing services. You have to invest in a book cover. You have to invest in all of these things and all of the make the advertising decisions. You're financially on the hook for all of those things. As a self-publisher, you are also much more nimble and you are able to pivot and respond to market trends or respond to what your readership wants much more quickly. Traditional publishing moves really, really slowly. By the time they recognize that a trend is happening, it is too late. Self-publishers are able to pivot and able to respond to trends or micro trends and be able to respond to what their readers are asking for much more quickly. So you can develop a community around you and your books in a way that traditional publishing really struggles to do.